On yesterday's show, Rich mentioned, well, he got onto the subject of this.
I lay flat down on my front
Yeah.
with my head on my pillow and my legs up at a right angle.
So it looks like you're skydiving.
So it pretty much does look like I'm skydiving.
That is the position, newsreader Rich, you fall asleep in. So face down.
Well, I don't go to sleep like that. As in, I wake up in the middle of the night. I find myself in that position.
Oh, you don't put yourself in that position?
No.
It gets even weirder, folks.
So I fall to sleep normally, and then I'll wake up in the morning, and I'll find I'm in that position where I'm
face planting,
face down, flat down on my front with my legs in the air.
I'm fascinated by this. So I'm interested. I know it's a bizarre question, but what is the position you fall asleep in or wake up in? I've put a picture of Richard doing the position on my Instagram story. Maria in Wincanton has seen it and said, Claire, I'm amazed he's in that position. I move a lot in my sleep. I turn all the time. I wish I could just stay still. Good luck with finding other people who sleep with their feet in the air. My son used to sleep on his front with his knees up. But that's quite common for children, isn't it? Sometimes it's almost like that fetal position. So you're on your front, but your sort of knees are up underneath you.
All right, yeah.
Which I can sort of understand for a child. Thanks to Emily who emailed me. My sleep position is usually just flat on my back looking upwards. That's like my brother-in-law who my sister says it looks like he's in a coffin. Sometimes I sleep on my side. But Emily's put, but never with my legs in the air.
Because who would do that?
Who sleeps with their legs in the air? Anyway,
I'll tell you what, I'd rather wake up next to somebody with their feet in the air than somebody that's
looking like they're in a coffin.
Looking like they're in a coffin.
Well, I'm so pleased that Dr Lindsay Browning is on the line. Lindsay is a chartered psychologist and a sleep expert. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Have you ever heard of anybody waking up sleeping with their legs in the air?
Well, I haven't. Obviously, I deal with people with all sorts of strange sleeping positions, and although I've heard of it, it's sort of the skydiver or the free fall position. I haven't actually spoken to anyone who actually sleeps like that yet, but that doesn't mean to say that he's wrong, because people sleep in all sorts of different ways. And although it might look completely bizarre to anyone sharing the bed or watching him, if he's comfortable and he's not waking up in any pain, then I wouldn't say that you have to change anything. Everyone sleeps in a position that's comfortable for them, and unless there's a particular medical reason for it or it's causing you pain, you don't have to change it, basically. Just sleep how you feel comfortable.
But is it, I mean, the psychology part of what you do, is there a reason to be unearthed here as to why Rich is waking up like that?
Well, but perhaps he doesn't have the right pillows in his bed. Perhaps there's some kind of, do you have a partner who's nudging you or kicking you in the middle of the night, and you have to end up in that position to keep you in the bed? I don't know.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not in pain and you don't have something like obstructive sleep apnea, because if someone has trouble breathing and stopping breathing during the night, then particularly they might need to sleep a bit more supported, or if you have reflux or you're pregnant. But otherwise, many people lie straight flat, like the vampire pose that you talked about. You go to sleep and you wake up in exactly the same position. Whereas others are like sort of sundialing around the bed throughout the night to keep themselves cool. It's very individual. And, and just like with many, many things in life, there isn't one correct answer. No matter what you read, there are lots of articles out there. Oh, this is the position everyone needs to sleep in. That's simply not true. As long as there's nothing medically wrong with you, then you can sleep literally however you like, if it's comfortable for you.
If somebody does come to you with issues, though, how often do you get onto the subject of position of sleeping?
Yeah, so if you're finding that you're waking up a lot through the night, it often can be to do with being uncomfortable. And if your mattress isn't supportive enough, you have a too hard or a too soft mattress, if you have pillows that aren't supporting you, if you have too high pillows or not enough pillows, then that can leave your back in a non-neutral sort of relaxed position. It can make your neck at a funny angle. And then, of course, you're going to wake up feeling pain, discomfort, and have to move to get yourself readjusted, which can cause disruption to your sleep. Or if you're someone who's struggling with temperature regulation, which pretty much the entire UK has been for the last 2 months with all the heat waves.
Yeah.
But if you're struggling with heat, then again, you might need to move to find that cooler part of the bed, or to take the covers off, these kinds of things. But if you're sleeping well and you're not really very disrupted, just trust that everything is fine. If you're waking up loads, have a think about when was the last time you bought a mattress? Is your mattress very, very old? Can you hear springs sort of boinging when you move around the bed? If you're now sleeping with a partner, when you bought your bed, maybe you were single and now you've got a partner, then maybe the mattress itself isn't really conducive to two people. And maybe you might need to think about upgrading your mattress to one that's more suited for two people.
Yeah. Can I ask you, are you a side sleeper?
I'm a little bit like your brother-in-law, who I go to sleep flat on my back like a vampire, wake up in the same position.
What,
So
do you?
Yeah.
Oh my word, I'd love that. I'm a side sleeper. I roll over, I'm left and right, up in the middle of the night, I'm tossing, I'm turning. It's a nightmare.
Can I ask you a question? So if the problem was I dislocated my shoulder in my sleep because I was laying like that, so I'm putting pressure on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How can you retrain yourself?
Can you stop that?
Yeah, can you retrain yourself to sleep differently?
Mm-hmm. So it's very difficult to retrain yourself in the night because you're going to move. So that's where pillows and support pillows come in. And you might have seen them for pregnant women. So you can get sort of body pillows that kind of help you to prop up and keep in that particular position. Yeah, and they can be really helpful. You can use pillows to put between your legs and knees to sort of keep those in a comfortable position. You might want to think about your pillow, because if your pillow is either too high or too low, it might be encouraging you to sort of flip over during the night. So I would, especially if you've dislocated your shoulder, that is absolutely a reason to try and do something specific about changing your sleep position. And I'd recommend getting some body pillows, buy a couple, sort of wedge them to keep you in that shape. You could even try a great trick which is used in sleep apnea. So if you get an old t-shirt and get a tennis ball, any old tennis ball, and kind of attach the tennis ball to the back of your t-shirt with a rubber band or with a hair tie. And then what happens is, if you fall asleep on your side, that's fine. You don't notice it. And as soon as you sort of start to move onto your back, or in your case, perhaps put the tennis ball on the front of the t-shirt, when you naturally in the middle of the night start to roll over onto your front, there'll be a tennis ball there. And without waking up, your body will naturally go, oh, that's not comfortable, and sort of flip you back onto your side again. So that's used in sleep apnea to stop people sleeping on their back, which can cause, snoring to be worse and breathing difficulties. Wow. You could use it to stop you sleeping on your front maybe keep your shoulder in position.
This is absolutely fascinating. This is amazing.
It's a rather mentally changing your attitude, physically doing something about it.
Yeah. You can't beat yourself up for changing position when you're unconscious.
That is what we all need to take going forward into tonight. Dr Lindsay Browning, thank you so much. And now you can go and say you've spoken to somebody who wakes up with their feet in the air.
Thank you for that.
That is fantastic. Your website, I know this is what you founded, and please, by all means, everybody, go along to it. Troublesleeping.co.uk. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect. And Dr Browning Sleep on all the social media.
I'm giving you a follow right now, I'll tell you that much. Thank you so much for being on the show, Dr Lindsay Browning there. Position you will fall asleep in, I find it all fascinating. I find sleep in general fascinating. What is the position you fall asleep in? Do you fall asleep like Rich with your legs in the air?